Hey, Tyler, obviously a career game for you. I know you weren't necessarily happy you didn't get the win, but what good did you take out of it, when you reviewed the game film in terms of areas where you felt like not just yourself, but maybe the receivers and everybody got better? And then also the flip side of that question, what did you feel like you left on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks we lost the game. Felt like we're the better team. Um, obviously a really good team, but we got to just execute better. That comes down to the players, and we have all the faith um, in all the coaches, and we just got to execute better. But yeah, I think we made a great step in the right direction in the pass game. Obviously, we had to run and pass the ball at the same time, like I said before. Um, there has to be a good balance. And just got to come back and move on to Virginia Tech and build on those positives and also fix the negatives.
Go to Matt Shodell from Kane Sport. Matt.
Hey, Tyler. So I wanted to ask specifically about one player. So Colby Young, he played only 13 reps Saturday, but obviously had that big impact. You went to him 3 straight plays, which were great passes, great plays by him also. Did you see that coming from him in practices? And can you talk a little bit just about his ability level, what he brings to the receiving game for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, since Kobe's got here, he's always done great things, always went up and made great catches, and he's a great player. Showed it in practice, and when he had his chance in the game, he showed it too. So he's definitely going to make an impact in the rest of the season. And yeah, he's a great target, big target, 6'4", 6'5" guys who go up and get the ball. So great receiver who's going to make plays for me.
Go to Marcus Benjamin from Keynes County. Marcus.
Hey, Tyler, I just wanted to ask about just the red zone woes that you guys have been going through. Coach Cristobal talked about just kind of changing some things offensively to really get you guys in the end zone. What adjustments are you guys have made or going to make to get more production from the Hurricanes offense to get touchdowns?
Yeah, it all comes down to executing. We gotta push when we're at the 1 yard line. We gotta push in there. It's on all the players there. We gotta get the ball somehow in the red zone at the 1 yard line. Obviously, we're gonna fix a couple things and saw things on film that as players and coaches come together and feel like we need to execute better and maybe scheme up better. But I think it all comes down to executing. When we get in the red zone, because we can move the ball just fine. I think every game we've moved the ball just fine. We're just having trouble scoring right now in the red zone. So,
as a reminder, if you have a question for Tyler, please use the hand raise function now. Go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey, Tyler. Obviously about midway through the season, plenty, guys are getting banged up and stuff. Ja'Kai and Justice went down on Saturday. Elijah's out for the year. How have you seen the guys who've kind of filled in those roles, like Jaleel and Logan, Jonathan Dennis, step up in those roles while those guys are out?
Yeah, it's always next man up mentality. Those guys, haven't played much, and they're guys who I trust and who will get the job done. Logan had a lot of 1 reps in fall camp, and feel like he can really get the job done for us at right guard. So have full trust in him. And then JD, he's done a great job too, being that guy who will step in there and be a great center for us. Knows all the right calls, knows the protections, and have full trust in him as well. And then Jaleel made tremendous progress from fall camp until now, making plays on the field, making guys miss, and obviously a lot of stuff to grow on for him and learn from. But his talent is through the roof and has a lot of potential in the future and now.
And then real quick about JD, I know he's a left-handed snapper. What's that adjustment been like for you? It's just a little bit of a different look.
Yeah, we practice switch centers a bunch of practice just to make sure stuff like that happen in the game. I'm ready for a different hand snapping, but obviously it's not really a big difference. Still getting the ball the same way, just coming from the other hand.
All right, we got time for 2 more questions for Tyler. We're going to go to Luke Cheney and then Daryl Streeter. Luke, go ahead for Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, you mentioned how the passing game took a step this past weekend. Was there anything different about the offense itself or the week leading up to this game that you can attribute the offensive rhythm to?
I mean, I just think we executed better. I think tempo really helped us get going. Have guys just think less and just go play ball. You know, the offense was we've been running the same plays. The previous games, and it's all about executing. Got to make the throw, got to make the blocks, got to make the catch. So, obviously scheme is important, but it's all about executing for us. And I think that's what we did a great job during our bye week with the pass game, just executing, catching and throwing. And obviously we got to put the pass and run game together to create that balance and really give those teams some troubles.
All right, last question for Tyler. We'll go to Daryl Streeter from Footballville. Daryl?
Hey, Tyler. First of all, great game. I have a question. You mentioned trust a lot. Wide receivers gaining trust with you. Can you be more detailed on how does wide receivers gain that trust with you?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about getting reps and the timing down and maybe watching film together, just hanging out together. And I feel like the last 4 or 5 weeks we've been doing that and helping each other out, understanding their speed, where they want the ball to be, timing, just little things like that to give you a more detailed overall piece of that. But yeah, I mean, just timing really, and it all comes down to executing for us and throwing and catching.
Hey, Will. So passing offense, almost 500 total yards. You were obviously a benefactor of that. How could the passing offense continue to build off of what was a successful performance against North Carolina?
Yeah, obviously there was times when we were in our rhythm and we were doing good stuff, moving the ball, and doing what we're supposed to do. So, like anything, it's just something that we have to build on. Can't go down from there. We got to keep building, keep improving in all areas. Because if we keep passing like that, it'll help us. We just got to keep executing, and we got to finish drives. Is most important. So we just got to keep improving all around. But that's a positive side. But we got to keep going.
Go to Azubi Charles from Kane Sport. Azubi?
Hey, Will. So it seems like, each game this year, just improving, just set a career high for receptions and yards. Just kind of what's behind that, do you think, that improvement each game this year? And also with, Jaleel Skinner, talk to me a little about him and what you've seen from him so far.
The yards and stats, it doesn't matter if we don't get the W. But like I said earlier, I got to keep improving every single day. That's not my best game either. I got to improve on everything. But there's you can tell there's a little better rhythm. But like I said, you just got to keep improving. I got to get better in all areas to help the team. I got to catch every ball that's thrown to me. I got to block better. I got to do better to help this team win. Because at the end of the day, those stats doesn't matter at all if we don't get a W.
Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam?
Hey, Will. So now you guys have had a chance to kind of go back over the film from Saturday and stuff. Obviously, you guys really struggled in the running game. What's some of the things that you guys have identified as the issue, in the run blocking scheme?
That's a whole collective. We have to get better in all aspects. It's not a one single thing or one-sided thing. It is a collective group that we have to get better and improve because we can't win games like that, and we got to improve all areas. So that's something that we have to keep working on because we got to get better at that because we need that to be part of our game. So that's a whole group. That's everyone. We got to get better.
And I know it's not strictly, your position group, but, what have you seen, had to have when Justin and Ja'Kai went down on Saturday, Jonathan Dennis stepped in, Logan Sacapolo stepped in. What have you seen from those guys?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because injuries happen and, you never want that to happen, but we have full confidence in any guy that's getting in there because of the coaches that we have, because we know that they're prepared. We know that they're ready. So any guy that steps foot on there on our offense, we have full confidence in, and we're rolling with them no matter what. So, it's a whole thing. All of us are coached the way we are. And, when our time comes, they're ready.
Go to Marcus Benjamin from Keynes County. Marcus.
I will. Just wanted to ask about the red zone offense. And Coach Cristobal talked about how during the season that he and Coach Gaddis made changes to the offense to get more points on the board. So what changes in the offense have you seen to help get the Hurricanes in the end zone more?
Yeah, our coaches are putting us in the best position to make stuff happen, and that comes down to execution on the players. That's something that we have to do. You know, we get in the red zone, we have to dominate. We can't ever get in the red zone and not finish drives and not get points on the board. So that starts with me, and that starts with each individual player on the offense and our whole collective group. Like it's just we have to improve on that, and we will. We've got the coaches, we've got the guys. We just got to keep working at it because we got to do it.
We got time for two more for Will. We'll go to Manny and then Susan. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Will. Coaches mentioned that they were going to obviously ramp up the practices in terms of the red zone work. I mean, how much more time are you guys spending? More periods doing it? Is it just more of a focus in the film room? How would you describe in particular, like what's different about the way maybe you're practicing it this week?
Yeah, it's just focusing on execution. Can't be any empty reps or anything like that. It's every rep's got to be meaningful, and that's the most important thing. You got to execute in practice. We have to do it because what we do here is what we're going to do in the game. So we got to keep executing, and that's got to be a big focus in practice, and that's what we're doing. We have to make that a priority.
All right, last question for Will. We'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan.
Hey, Will. In light of kind of what we're all talking about here, how do you begin to solve that puzzle kind of putting all the elements, of the offense together? Because in the beginning we're like, wow, we got a running team here. And then the passing game wasn't as good. Now the passing game is better. How do you guys meet together as an offense? What are your thoughts on that?
That starts with the leaders on the offense. That's me. That's the other guys, the other leaders on the team. That we've got to come together, and we've got to figure out, hey, what we got to do. This is exactly what we have to do. This is how it has to be done. There's no other way. The coaches are putting us in the situations to make things happen, and we have to. So that starts with the leadership of the offense. That starts with me. I've got to do a better job. Clearly, I have to do a better job, and we just have to make it happen. So, and we will. I've got nothing but belief and trust and love in every single guy on this team, and we'll make it happen.
Hey, Akheem. So I think it was about 2-3 weeks ago you were kind of banged up a little bit, had to sit out a game. What kind of injury was that? And I guess how does your body feel now?
It was a little foot injury. I'm working on it every day, trying to get better. At this point of the season, it's really about trying to maintain your body. So I've been in the training room a lot, just trying to work on my whole body, not only my foot injury.
Gotcha. And I asked because it hasn't seemed like it's limited to you the last couple of weeks. You played very well. What would you attribute that kind of success to?
I think I'd say it's our teammates. Really, we practice hard. I practice against our O-line, great guys, great group of guys, and we just really bring each other up.
Go to Zuby Charles from Canesport. Zuby.
Hey, Akheem. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that second half from the defensive line. It seems like you guys, really improved, got 4 sacks. Just your thoughts on what, factored into that a little bit.
I think so. We got into the locker room, gathered up, spoke about what we need to fix, a few mid-game adjustments. But we were a little slow in the first half. In the second half, we got fired up in the locker room, and we just went out there and tried to dominate.
Anything else for Akheem? No, we've got some more folks with questions here. All right. We'll go to Luke Cheney, and that'll be the last question for Akheem.
Hey, Akheem. So you had that bad pass in week 1, another bad pass this past week. I'm sure you've had another one along this season. Just where did you, or I guess, how did you get so good at, deflecting passes at the line of scrimmage? Where did that skill come from?
we work on it almost every practice. We have this little drill where we lock onto another D lineman, extend, and as soon as the quarterback or as soon as coach puts his hand up to throw the ball, we match hands. So we work on a match hand drill nearly every practice. So that's where, and it played a good part in the game. And I'm not the only one that got batted passes. It helps our whole D line.
All right, last question for Akheem. We'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan.
Hey there, thank you. Akheem, now that you're kind of settling in here at UM, I know you told us before that you were kind of shy off the field. How has your role developed on the field as, in becoming more vocal with your teammates and off the field with your teammates? And do you feel it's still not your place yet because you're new, or how is the communication now between all the?
I feel like I've earned the right to be vocal. I'm not really a huge vocal guy. I really like to lead by example. But if I have something on my mind, then I'll express it. But I feel like I only talk when it's necessary.
Alex, I just wanted to ask as a follow, who was the one, and maybe you said this, but I didn't hear, who was the one who did the pep talk or who talked to you guys at halftime as far as was it a player?
It was really everybody. Everybody had things to say. And then coach really topped it off, telling us we have to dominate. We have to step up our game in the second half.
The head coach, you mean, or which coach?
Coach Steele, Coach Wright, and Coach Cristobal.